So I am going to do a really fun and really simple little watercolor technique, and I'm going to use these awesome new Nuance watercolor paints. So what I've done so far is dropped a little bit of water in each of these pods, and I've taken the powder and put some powder in. So now I've got this fantastic bright and vibrant orange color, and this is really nice watercolor paper. There's obviously a, on watercolor paper, it comes with a softer side and a more grainy textural side. I'm going to use the grainier side, and I am just simply going to take my orange and I am just going to go like this, and I am not going all the way to the end because I want my words, when I go ahead and run this through the die cut machine, I want them to have some of the white in them. So because I'm going from lighter to darker, I'm not going to rinse my brush off. I'm now just going to go to the next color. And see how the colors blending together? I want that. I want that to have like more of an ombre finish versus all of the colors stop abruptly and the next color begins. So I really want it to bleed through just like that, which looks really neat. So now I'm just going to go straight into the darker color. And then you can dry this with your heat tool, or you can let it sit for a little bit and air dry. It's just water, so it doesn't take too long to dry. The nice thing too is if you want darker colors, you can go ahead and layer it. So you can let it dry and then you can repeat it and you can add more colors onto it. So once I'm done with this, I'm going to let that sit for a minute and dry. You can also come in and put a little bit more of the depth. Like you can add a little bit more lines. You can also go in and create more of the ombre technique by putting more color through it, like this. Or you can just let it sit like that. It is really beautiful. These Nuance watercolors are, like I said, very bright and very vibrant. And this is a really fun and simple technique. So I'm just going to let that sit and dry, and then I am going to show you what that looks like all dried, which is pretty much just like this. I did a couple layers, so you can see the difference here on where there's a single layer and then where it starts to get darker. So I layered this up a little bit. And then my next step is I'm going to take my die cut, and I've got this really fun smile die cut, and I'll show that to you in just a sec. Alright, so what I've done next is I've taken my watercolor paper and ran it through the die cut machine using this really fun die, a very lovely smile, and there are 3 different smile fonts, which I really like. And they also come with this little magnetic holder, so that's pretty cool too. So you get all 3 of them on the little magnetic holder, and it's very organized. I love it. So I ran my watercolor paper with the Nuance watercolors through the die cut machine, and I've got this really cool smile. And don't forget the dot of the eye, because you're going to want to get that on your paper as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my black cardstock, and I've got my 2-inch Tearific tape. So I'm going to peel the backing off, and then I'm going to take my coffee filter. I'm going to put my smile down, and I like it where it's got some of the white cardstock exposed, where it's not full solid color. It looks really cool, like a really, really fun watercolor finish. I'm going to take my tweezer tool, and that's how I'm going to stick the dot of my eye on. Alright, and then you can always take the backing of your tape, I always tell you to save it, and push it down to make sure your smile is completely adhered. And then go ahead and cover it with your black ice. This is amazing glitter if you don't have the black ice by Sparkle and Sprinkle added to your collection yet. I truly love it. I'm just going to sprinkle that on, take my finger tool, burnish that, and then you don't have to worry about trying to figure out how you're going to adhere your really fine detail of the different die cuts. You could just add that to your Tearific tape, and then it's all stuck down. I'm going to take my glitter resist brush, wipe that away, and then I am going to trim that up, and then you have this really cool smile in that really fun font with the glittery background. And then I'm going to take my actual card base and show you a fun technique where I'm simply going to take my paintbrush here, and then I'm going to dip it into the lighter color and just tap it. It's really fun. And then I'm going to go in the darker color. You don't even have to rinse the brush. And then the darker color there. And that's going to do a really fun background. And then I'm going to grab my smile, add some adhesive, some of the Tearific tape. Stick that down. Give that a good tap. And you have these really fun, very exciting cards that you can get for any occasion. These could be birthday, these can be get well, these can be like, hey, I know you've had a rough day, put a smile on your face. So thank you so much for watching Sparkle and Sprinkle on YouTube, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. And subscribe, share with your friends. Have a fantastic rest of the December month. Thanks, you guys.